Hey y'all, welcome back to Bourbon Holler Soap. Today we're diving into one of the most talked about topics in cold process soap making, gel phase. So, what exactly is the gel phase? When your soap mixture starts to heat up and becomes translucent in the center, you're in the gel phase. It usually happens after you pour your soap into the mold and cover it up. This phase can last a few hours, depending on the ingredients and room temperature. Saponification is the chemical process that occurs while the oils and lye are transformed into soap. This chemical reaction produces heat. When your lye is introduced to your oil mixture, this chemical reaction begins immediately, and it begins producing heat at that moment. When you pour your mixture into a mold or container, that heat becomes contained and evaporation of the heat is slowed, all while still producing heat. This excess heat actually heats up your soap mixture to give it a temporary, translucent gel-like appearance. Now let's talk about the pros and cons of gelling your soap. One big advantage of the gel phase is that it can make your soap colors more vibrant and the texture smoother. It also speeds up the curing process, so your soap can be ready to use a bit sooner, as well as produce a harder, more durable bar. For those of y'all who sell soap, that can be a big plus. But it's not all sunshine and rainbows. Some soap makers prefer to avoid the gel phase because it can cause cracking, especially if the soap gets too hot. The process can be difficult to control the heat. Once the process has begun and the gel phase begins to spread across the soap, you will need to maintain a steady heat in order to achieve a consistent color throughout, while being mindful to not let it overheat. Also, if you're making soap with delicate fragrances or certain essential oils, high temperatures can alter the scent. If you decide you don't want your soap to gel, there are some tricks to prevent it. You can pop your soap mold in the fridge or freezer for a bit to keep it cool, or use a water discount to control the temperature. So, whether you let your soap gel or not, it really depends on your personal preference and the specific look and feel you're going for. Experiment with both methods and see what works best for you. Monitoring the temperature and understanding these changes can help you achieve the desired results in your soap making. Thanks for tuning in to Bourbon Holler Soap. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that bell icon for more soapy tips and tricks. Until next time, keep glowing.